to that river. Where the night once held us close. The water still runs, but it don't sing the way it used to. The reeds bend slow like they're praying. The air smells faintly of rain and rust. Your laughter used to live out here, now it hides in the drift of dust. I remember the way your voice broke softly when you said my name, like something fragile learning how to fade. Even the stars look smaller now, afraid to shine where we once stood. The river keeps moving, but it forgot how to carry what was good. I watched its surface shimmer once like forgiveness, trying to find a face. Now it's quiet, like a hymn that never found its place. Where the river missed the moon, something holy slipped away. The line refused to touch the tide, and love just drifted gray. I still come here to understand why beauty don't always stay. Where the river missed the moon that day. I've thrown my sorrow like stones in the water, watch the ripples break and mend. The sound it makes feels like memory, gentle but it never ends. The willows hum in a broken key, their roots still holding ghosts below. If faith can live in places lost, then this river surely knows. I've prayed for light to fall again. But maybe some nights choose to hide. The moon don't shine for every heart. Some love just lives on the other side. If I ever see you in a dream, I'll meet you by the river soon, but not tonight. The water's still waiting, where the river missed the moon. The morning came too early, it touched my face. and I flinched like light could judge the places I've been hiding all this time. I poured a glass of yesterday and watched it spill across the floor. The sound it made reminded me of every promise I broke before. That's the thing about the truth, it don't fade, it just waits until you're quiet enough to hear it breathe. I used to think the dark was mercy, 'cause it kept me from what I couldn't bear to see. But even shadows have their grace, they teach you where the light can't reach. And tonight the lamp burns low, the smoke curls slow, and I'm sitting here beneath the weight of light. I hear a voice between the thunder, soft, forgiving, warm as rain. It tells me love ain't punishment, it's the bruise that still remains. And I carried it too long, this ache, this hymn, this half-forgiven sin. The organ hums a tired chord, the kind that bends before it breaks, and I find myself humming too, not out of hope, but out of habit, the way old souls do when faith runs thin. Maybe light was never meant to save, just to show what still survives. And here I am, bare breathing, still learning how to rise. So if heaven has a corner for the lost, it'll look like this room tonight. A single flame, a man alone, and the slow forgiveness beneath the weight of light. Mercy don't speak loud, it just waits for you to listen. The night leans soft against the window pane, the rain moves slow like it remembers her name. I still hear the hum of her breath on my skin, the gentle ache that mercy leaves within. We broke our vows in silence, not with rage or sound, just a glance that said enough, and a love too tired to be found. The quiet mercy of love. I see her shadow in the lamp's low glow, a ghost that forgives what I still owe. No tears, no blame, no voice from above, just the quiet mercy of love. Some nights I hum the tune we made, that never fades. It slips between my hands like dust, soft as faith, cruel as trust. Every whisper feels like prayer, every silence still holds her there. And though the world moves on outside, I live where grace and sorrow collide. The quiet mercy of love. It don't shout, it don't plead, it just waits for hearts to bleed. It don't fix what's been undone, it just shines when hope is gone. And when forgiveness finally speaks, it sounds like footsteps down the street, a rhythm soft enough to prove that mercy always moves in love. The quiet mercy of love. If heaven asks me where I've been, I'll point to the scars within and say I've lived in the quiet mercy of love. I didn't notice the day it began to fade. You were still here, but something had already gone quiet. We still spoke, still smiled, but the truth started slipping through the spaces between our words. I reached for you the way a man reaches for something that's falling, half too late, half in hope. We said things we didn't mean and meant the things we couldn't say. Every time I tried to hold you, I felt time passing faster than my breath. There's no sound when love breaks, it just stops echoing. The laughter, the rhythm, the hum of what made us alive, it all left so gently. I didn't know it was leaving until it was gone. Was leaving until it was gone. No. Now I find your absence everywhere, in the way the chair still leans toward your side, in the air that remembers your warmth but not your face. I tried to fill the room with music again, but every chord felt heavier, like the piano knew what I'd done. I still hum sometimes, not your melody, just the silence that followed. They say everything fades with grace, but I don't believe it. Some things just wait in the quiet, never leaving, never forgiving. And maybe that's what love becomes, not something we hear anymore, but something that listens back. They said she left on a quiet morning, no suitcase, no sound, just the scent of rain on her coat. The door was half open, like even the wind was too afraid to close. What love began. I walked through the house and found her song still sleeping on the piano, a single note trembling where her hand used to rest. No letter, no promise, only the echo of a prayer that never learned how to end. I've spoken to the night more times than to myself, asking her where she went, but the sky always keeps her secrets. Some things belong to silence, like the way her laughter fades into air, or how a shadow still knows my walls by heart. The neighbors still ask if she's coming home, and I just smile, because how do you tell them heaven took what time could never own? Her voice lingers in the corner, soft as forgiveness, as the space she left in my arms. Sometimes I dream she's walking through golden streets, barefoot, fearless, untouched by sorrow. And I wake up reaching into the light, as if it could hold her the way I never could. Oh, they say love moves on, but mine learned to stay still, quiet, patient, listening for wings. I keep a photograph near the window, where dawn breaks slow and tender, and the wind hums the melody she left behind. No priest could bless it, no word could name it, but somewhere between loss and mercy, only heaven knows her name. They called my name, but I didn't walk. I just stood there, staring at the candles, watching the smoke spill. Something holy I couldn't read. You were a prayer I said too late, a miracle that never finished. And when the silence came, it sounded like a crowd applauding the end of us. left your ring beside the songs and whispered your name like an old password. Every echo hit the walls too hard. Bounce back and call me what I was, a believer without belief. Outside the city moved on, but I stayed in that moment like a skip track that won't stop repeating. The lilies wilted before I did. The vows folded themselves into dust. There's lipstick on the edge of a glass and a ghost in my reflection. Sometimes I wonder if heaven keeps a lost and found for promises like ours, half sacred, half mistake. The priest said love forgives everything, but he never saw a heart that forgot how to kneel. A sermon spoken to an empty pew. I keep hearing that last amen bleeding to a sigh. If grace had a place to rest, it wouldn't be here in this cold, bright light where faith forgot its meaning. And I'm still standing in the shadow of love left on the altar. Every silence is a song that mercy forgot to finish. I've carried words that burn too long, like prayers that never found the air. I've spoken echoes, never truth, and watched your love still linger there. You didn't preach, you didn't plead, you just stayed quiet as a cross I never learned to bear. Some people beg for heaven, I just beg for you to stay aware. If forgiveness had a voice, oh, if forgiveness had a voice, it would sound like the breath between your tears, the pause between what's gone and grace. Not a sermon, not a song, just a tremble of your face. The truth is never loud, it waits beneath the weight of shame. You looked at me and didn't flinch, and somehow that hurt more than blame. I saw redemption small as flame, flicker in the things you chose not to say. If love is holy, then mercy must be made of pain. If forgiveness had a voice, if forgiveness had a voice, if forgiveness had a voice, the slow return of fire. It would sound like morning breaking through the ashes of desire. If forgiveness had a voice, if forgiveness had a voice, if forgiveness had a voice, maybe it already does, and I've just been too afraid to listen. Some nights the dark feels almost kind. I walk through streets that know my pain. Every echo calls your name. The moon hangs low, too tired to shine. It just listens, same as I try to pray you out of my bones, but grace don't work that way. It hides between what love destroys and what we choose to stay. Your memory hums like organ keys, soft and hollow, sweet and slow. Every silence that I keep is a hymn that still won't go. Grace between the shadows, that's where I learned to breathe. Between the wrong I couldn't fix and the truth you left in me. No halo, no heaven's vow, just mercy finding how to shine between the shadows now. The candle flickers in my hands, your picture leans toward the flame. I whisper peace into the night, but it just whispers back your name. I've sinned in silence, I've loved too late, I've watched devotion hesitate. But even when the light was gone, I swore I'd keep believing on. Cause some love ain't built for praise, it just survives the fall from grace. Grace between the shadows, still teaching me to see the holy ache, the gentle break that made a better man of me. No choir, no crown, no vow, just grace between the shadows now. So if you find me on my knees, don't call it pain somehow. It's just me and all my memories finding grace between the shadows now. Grace between the shadows, between the shadows now. I lost my faith before I knew your touch. You took what trembled in my chest and held it like it meant enough. No sermon, no promise, just the warmth of your hand saying stay. came to you with nothing left, but your silence built a prayer from my decay. Every scar I thought was shame became a road you learned by name. There's a whispered faith in your hands, where mercy speaks but never demands. It don't shout, it don't command, just breathes beneath what love began. No preacher's truth could understand the whispered faith in your hand. I've watched your kindness bend the dark, like gospel fire, soft and slow. You never asked me who I was, you just waited till I let it show. The world calls hope a fragile thing, but you made it feel like home. And I found God in smaller ways, in skin, in breath, in bones. If the heavens fall tonight, let them fall into your light. 'Cause every time I tried to pray, your touch already found a way. Yeah. I don't need to understand, I believe what your hands have planned. There's a whispered faith in your hands, the kind no storm could ever strand. It saves me still without command. That whispered faith in your hands. So if my voice should fade someday, let your touch be what I say. And when the silence makes it stand, I'll rest in the faith of your hand.